Hey everyone, this is Hypo. Welcome back to more Let's Play Kirby 64. In the last episode, we finished the first half of Aqua Star, and in this episode, we will be taking on the second half of Aqua Star. So I'm really loving these beaches here, and this rock guy is actually pretty awesome. So I never actually got to show off what these crabs here did. So they don't give you a power up or anything, but they do. If you hold them up like this, they will actually start clamping enemies, and they can actually help you out. And I just can't get over these guys with the maracas. I mean, they're actually pretty adorable. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they really don't do anything, but they're just there to look at, which is pretty fun. So this level in particular has some pretty cleverly hidden shards, as you'll see. So this level actually took me the longest to complete as far as shards go, because during my first playthrough, there was actually one shard in this level that was the very last shard that I had to get, and it took me ages to figure out. So we're gonna get to that at when we get to that. So it's gonna be a pretty interesting level, to say the least. Okay, so first off, we will be needing Cutter to get 2 of the 3 shards in this level, as a matter of fact. And let me see if there's a Poppy Brothers around here somewhere, or something that'll give me bomb, because that's actually one of them that we'll actually need for, hopefully. Oh, you know what? This fish over here actually gives it to you. Hopefully. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm really glad to be using this power up again, because like I said, this is a really effective power up. Because it's first of all, it's a projectile weapon, and it's pretty quick as well. So enemies really shouldn't, unless they're invincible, you really shouldn't have too much difficulty on. So watch out for this part right here, because this part's not all that hard, because those boundary boats just fly up on you. So here's one of the shards I was talking about. So you may think at first sight there really isn't a shard, that this is just a rock with a whole bunch of moss on it. Also, there's there's a maximum tomato if you want it. But actually, if you hit it with the cutter and bomb combo, that is actually your first shard of the level. And so just go on the rock and climb back out. So this is the area I was talking about to watch out for, because of the rising platforms with the Gordos underneath, just like the trolls that Nintendo tends to be sometimes. So I think there's another option to get Cutter here in a little. Actually, no, there isn't, because there's actually, no, I'll just get it at the end of the episode, as a matter of fact, because it's actually going to take kind of a while to get, because it's kind of slow. So is it just me, or does anybody else get this sort of beach resort vibe from this level? I mean, honestly, I think this water looks pretty decent for N64 standards. I mean, I'd swim in it. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Here's another cutter guy. I could have used rock though, so I guess I really will be getting it at the end of the level. Never mind. Wait, is there another rock opportunity up here? I don't remember. Was fire? It's down here. Oh, just more cutter. Oh, that really wasn't all that hard. So there's your second shard. Hey, rhymes. Alright, so as you can see, your third shard, this is the area where you need to get, and that one actually took me a while to figure out, and we'll get to that at the end of this episode. So I'm just gonna progress more through this level, and I think you can get to that. I don't remember how you get to that area over there on the other side with all the stars. So once again, just avoid all the cinnamon roll logs. Yeah, so that's the thing about these logs here, is that they won't let you by. You just have a bunch of invincibility frames and whatnot. Okay, so you just jump over this area and get to it. Okay, that's what it is. And that's it. I don't really need any more lives, and you know what? Forget it, we'll just go for the max tomato. Alright, so on to our next level. Which is entirely underwater. So we actually get to go underwater this time. I believe these... Oh, you know what? I actually looked up some of the enemies, some of the enemy names before recording. And those torpedoes there are actually called pedos. It actually spells P-E-D-O. Now I'm not kidding you. That is actually how it's spelled. I know what they were going for because it was short for torpedo. I mean, it's just the last couple letters of torpedo, but I'm sure there had to be somebody at Nintendo who was kind of bothered by that name. I know I would be. Oh, I forgot all about these falling rocks here, so be careful of them. I was kind of getting confused in the kind of in the space, because that tends to happen sometimes during this game. Is that because this is a 2D platformer, or a 2.5D platformer, I guess is the appropriate term for it. So, but the thing with this game is sometimes it gets a little bit tricky to see where you are spatially, and that rock area is no exception. So just bomb all of these spike guys here. I'm pretty sure they don't give you anything, even though they look like they would. You remember those fish at the beginning of this room? Well, you can actually use them to swim through this level a lot faster, and it'll save you a bunch of time. So I believe in this room is our first shard. It should be around here somewhere. Might be in this hole? No? It's up here somewhere. I'm trying to remember. Let's see where it is. Thankfully we can climb back down these currents, so it's not all that big a deal. Huh. Should be around, maybe it's farther up. I don't remember where this one is. It's been a while since I practiced this game. So we could get the spark if we wanted, but I'm not going to. Oh, there it is. It's at the very top. Come. No, I want it. Okay, we'll just get it. We'll just get it later. Okay, so this is already turning out a lot. I'm already missing a bunch of shards, similar to last episode. So if you haven't guessed already, the gimmick of this level is currents, which, like in every other game, they're pretty hard to swim through. Really not gonna worry all too much about some of the... Okay, so here's our next shard. I believe this is our... Yeah, it should be the second one. These currents, I swear, are gonna... Okay. Okay, so that death wasn't all that bad. At least we get another opportunity to go after that guy. So... It's not too bad. I love how we just swim with that glunk there and then that crab. Okay, so let's try this again. Get rid of you. Okay, so gonna go at the very bottom of the pole and... Okay, good. We actually got one this time. So we get back... Actually, you know what? No, that probably won't be all that useful. I never realized how kind of tricky this level can be with the currents. Actually, a lot of levels are like that with just a bunch of currents where they pretty much it gets kind of frustrating with this level. Like as you saw before, some of the shards I tried to get with the had currents, and even this boss here, it involves a current. So you only have 4 glunks here to work with, so it'd probably be good to just shoot them from below, or you know, you can just bump them in the wall and kill. But they do respawn, so that works too. But I'm just gonna spit it at them so we can get this by a little bit quicker. For some reason, this boss kind of reminds me of that octopus mini boss in Jabu Jabu's belly from Ocarina of Time, because you have to go around and hit them instead of but this boss is pretty different because you're not having to hit one weak point. You can just hit them from anywhere, and I was sure that would hit him. So, you know, I'm not gonna blame the hitbox or anything because these hitboxes in this game are actually kind of fair. I'm not gonna lie, they are kind of fair. So I'm not doing. Oh, okay, there we go. Dang, that boss is a lot easier than I thought he was. Or at least took a lot less damage anyway. So just gonna be out of here. Gosh, these currents are everywhere. Okay, so yeah. So instead of falling rocks, we have rocks flying from behind you this time. And I'm pretty sure you can't get a power up off of any of these. Thankfully, we have a popsicle up there. Wait, where's... So... Oh. I didn't even see that one. So I believe our third shard is in this room somewhere. If not, I'll just go find it at the end of the episode. Okay, so just swim with the rocks here. Don't hit any of them. I don't even think you can inhale any of them, even though it looks like you could with the smaller rocks. And those things are going to keep pelting me as long as I'm swimming through here. And here's our final shard of the level. Didn't miss nearly as many as I thought I did. Okay, so Gordos, don't hit me. Okay, and there we go. Okay, we'll go for the cake. Or not. We can get absolutely nothing again. Just a whole bunch of nothing. Okay, and so we're gonna go fight the boss now. This is Acro, the orca. Fun fact, the reason he's called Acro is because it's orca spelled backwards. So, starting off, Acro, I almost called him Orca. Acro will start spitting things at you. As you can see, he eats a lot of stuff, including Gordos for whatever reason. So, to me, he fights kind of similar to Fatty Whale from Kirby Superstar. And I don't remember, I don't recommend shooting any rocks, getting any power-ups, because they won't be all that useful. It's probably more to your advantage just to eat all the stuff that he spits out, which is kinda gross, but you know, Kirby don't care. Kirby really doesn't care, and neither do I. So again, this boss is actually kinda difficult, and once again, he fights pretty similar to Fatty Whale. Whenever he does that dive bomb, just avoid the shadow. Okay, let's go again. Thankfully, we have a large assortment of lives to help us with this. So, you know what? Actually, I'll take the cutter if I can get it, because that actually might be kind of helpful here. They'll just need to swim down. That's the thing about the Kirby games here that makes it a bit difficult on use. But you can't inhale power-ups while you're swimming. You have to wait until you hit land in order to eat it. Here's the thing: can fish actually swim backwards? That's something I kind of want to know, because I know, similar to kind of like how a hummingbird can fly backwards, can fish swim backwards? And here's another thing: is an orca even a fish at all? Like, what exactly is what exactly determines what's a fish and what isn't? And I probably should have stayed low there. So I just figured out that unlike the cutter ability in previous Kirby games, that this one in particular just actually comes back to you, a la Ocarina of Time. So I actually looked it up. The official name of this power-up is a boomerang and not cutter, which I don't really see the difference, but oh well, you know. I like to be on top of my terms, you know, just to make it look like I know what's going on and whatnot. So this cutter is actually proving out to be pretty useful, but unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to survive because, like I said before, each boss has 2 forms, and the second form of Acro does not get any easier. So you would think he's dead, but no, he's actually just faking right now. So somehow, wow, I had no idea you could actually do that. Okay, so like I was trying to say before, I love how the weight of Acro, like him dying underwater, I love how that causes the whole thing to break, the whole floor to break like that. Because he doesn't look all that heavy, because if you consider, it even says on Kirby's trophy in Melee that Kirby would only be about 8 inches tall. Now, if you compare that to Acro here, he should be like what, maybe a foot long or so, at least, maybe at most or something. But and so so unless he's like a literal star or something, I don't see that happen. Not to mention, did you see how slow he fell in order to break the freaking floor? But here we go again with our freaking pedophile torpedoes, if you want to call them that. That name still bothers me. Why did they name who okayed that? That's what I want to know. Okay, so once again, just spit everything you can at him. What was he eating? Did he eat like an entire submarine for him just to shoot this endless amount of torpedoes? Like what? How would he? How big was the freaking submarine in the first place? That's what I want to know. Okay, so thankfully we just sucked up 2 things here in order to make this fight a little bit easier. Thank you, Acro. Oh wait, whoa. That wait, can we get it? That's what I want. Okay, we're not getting it. Never mind. But yeah, that must have been a freaking marvel to have like a freaking what 10-inch submarine with a somehow endless supply of freaking torpedoes. Not to mention all the Gordos and all the needle guys he ate. How much? He must be like a second Kirby for to have all this space in his mouth for whatever reason. I mean, it's really baffling to think about if you really put your mind to it. And that's gonna do it for Acro. And there's our shard. Okay, so before we end this off, I am going to go back and reclaim all the shards that I missed. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so I'm back here with the rock and the cutter. So, thankfully this is the only shard that we need to get use with this power, because I am not all that big of a fan of it because it's not all that useful. It is really only a close quarters power up. And so what it does is basically it turns you into rock versions of each of Kirby's allies from Kirby's Dreamland 2 and 3, everybody except for Gooey. So what you need for this shard is to transform yourself until you get Rick. And what you do with Rick is you have to climb this wall all the way up, and I'm not kidding you, this is very tedious, because this is about as slow as this is about as fast as he climbs up. So it should be at the very top. And it only works with Rick. You can't do it with anybody else either. That's the catch. And there we go. Alright, so just so you know I got it, I came all the way back here to get the shard even though we saw where it was at. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. This has been Hypo Wallow, and until next time, I'll see y'all later. Take care, everybody.